Hey YouTube, in this video we will discuss the difference between MGTOW as a defense mechanism and MGTOW, or true MGTOW if you will. We start by laying some basic definitions. Defense mechanism is something that a person develops in response to a stress. It's a reactionary movement. It could be conscious or subconscious, meaning it could be voluntary or not voluntary. As for MGTOW, it means men going their own way. It's a reactionary movement by modern men in response to the way current society has constructed the boundaries and requirements for marriage and long-term relationships. Now, in order to go into our subject, first we need to understand the nature of men. It's more like a stereotype of all men. Every rule has an exception, but this will mostly be true. Before going into our subject, first we need to understand males. From here now on, men or males will be synonymous with heterosexual males. Okay, so men really like sex. Men find women attractive. Men find female attention and validation appealing and pleasing. So a MGTOW as a defense mechanism is someone who could not obtain sex or failed to be attractive to women, did not have female attention, could not get female validation. So this is a hurtful and stressful process to him. So to somehow try to equalize things and convince himself that he is good, or that this is not a stress to him, he could opt out to claim that he is MGTOW. But inside of him, he really wants sex. He really wants the females to find him attractive. He really wants to be in a relationship and successful in one. Now, a true MGTOW is someone who could obtain and can and might even have had many of these points before and know the exact steps to reach them, and maybe not always the highest level, like not every woman will chase him, but what he deems necessary. But he finds the process to be too tedious. It requires too much time, too much money, too much effort, and the gains are not worth it. So this is why he chooses to go his own way. By his own free will and voluntary action, not reacting. He's not inside of him. He's not hurt. He's not longing for any of this. He knows full well that he desires women and he likes sex. He just find the road to reach it. It's just not worth it. So to say an example, a guy really likes a girl, but and he tries to ask her out, and she rejects him. He gets really hurt. So, in a defense mechanism to alleviate this stress that he got rejected and he feels bad about himself, uh, he will say, "Okay, maybe all females are bad. In this scenario, they are not worth it. So I didn't get hurt. In fact, I avoided a bad thing." So in this point, he might turn to MGTOW and claim that he is MGTOW, that she did not reject him. In fact, he rejects all women. So in this scenario that he created, he did not get rejected, and he is a good person, then an attractive male, and this makes him feel good about himself. As for a MGTOW who rarely asks someone out, but if he does, he will rationalize the situation. Okay, I got rejected. Maybe she does not find me attractive. Surely there are more attractive guys than me. There are also pretty of other fish in the sea. This is not the only one for me. Even if she was the only one for me, uh, things just didn't go the way I wanted. That's the way in life. I'm not. He will get hurt too, because we are all human. But he will not make up fantasies or excuses. And with time, he gets over it and moves on. Now, I wanted to add that a defense mechanism could last a whole lifetime. It's not something for 1 month or 1 year. In fact, a person could live his whole life as a defense mechanism. So, the purpose of this video is that a lot in the MGTOW community are actually um, in a defense mechanism. If they could have the partner they desire, they wouldn't be here. If they didn't have the bad mother or the bad wife or whatever experience they had, they wouldn't be here. A MGTOW, regardless of what happened in his past, he would be a MGTOW. He could have a bad mother. He could have any triggering factor, but it would on the long run, it wouldn't change much. Any way or the other, he would have found MGTOW and he would have become a MGTOW. So that's the essential core. When people criticize MGTOW, they always go for the ones in a defense mechanism. So that is why we have to set a contrast and a difference, a big difference between a true MGTOW and someone who's having a stress and a defense mechanism. These are not the MGTOW. Okay, an example of how MGTOW view women and someone in a defense mechanism views women. Okay, so both will say that the current female does not is not as productive as men, um, is not does not make much innovations as men. They mainly seek male providers, the highest they could catch, and that's basically it. Okay, but the core difference between the two is that a misogynist or someone in a defense mechanism will say, okay, this is the best women could do. They could not be innovative, they could not be productive. The only way they could live is by leeching off of men. It's an inherent flaw in the female gender. This misogynist could be a mangina. If he believes this, and this is a misogynistic view, and but he is attracted to females, so and he deeply believes that this is the best they can do, so he will provide for them and find this as the natural thing. And this is what mainly traditionalists believe in, and what the previous eras and generations firmly believed in. But a MGTOW knows that a female can be productive and can be innovative. She could provide for herself, but she chooses not to. She chooses to take the easy way, to be attractive, to attract a male provider, and the provider will provide for her. And this is his job. This is a natural thing. It's not charity. He's not spoiling her. And society backs this so hard. Society backs this view so hard. Now, MGTOW, now he believes this and sees the way society is backing this and pressuring him into this mindset. But he says, okay, if this is the way you guys are playing, I'm not even in this game. I'm going my own way. Okay, the last example of a difference between a MGTOW and someone in the defense mechanism is a MGTOW might be open for relationships. He believes that there are females that are also not convinced of the way society has constructed the current form of marriage and relationships. Someone who would like split the bill, every bill, 50-50, who would share similar viewpoints, and he could find a partner, a long-term relationship or marriage, if he wants. But someone in a defense mechanism will say, "Oh no, they are not. There are not any good females. Every female is seeking a male provider. They are all seeking easy way out. There is no girl for me. Even if there are, in the 7 billion, maybe there are 5. So the chances of me finding one is moot.